The United Nations has expressed its horror at the recent ethnic massacre of hundreds of people in South Sudan. It's threatening to take additional measures if the attacks continue. The killings are the latest violent upsurge in a 5-month conflict between the two ethnic communities that bears worrying similarities to the genocide in Rwanda 20 years ago. CCTV's Nick Harper has a story and a warning. Some of the pictures are hard to watch.
Bentui's roads are lined with bodies. So many, the jaws of a bulldozer are used to shovel them up. These are men, women and children, 200 of them, killed for being ethnically different. Deeply disturbing scenes from a hate-filled conflict.
Bentu was the scene of very targeted, deliberate violence. What I've so far seen in the mosque and in other parts of town has really been very, very heart-wrenching. Certainly atrocities have been committed here on a very significant scale.
The Dinka population of the town was targeted allegedly by the rebel soldiers of Nur ethnicity. Reports suggest the fighters were urged on by broadcasts on the town's radio station, just as the airwaves were used to promote killings in Rwanda 20 years ago. After briefing the United Nations Security Council in New York, the head of peacekeeping operations said this attack denoted a serious escalation in the conflict.
This cycle of violence that started on the 15th of December last year has to stop. It must stop immediately.
As such, the president of the Security Council said the possibility of sanctions had been discussed.
Most of us suggested using the principle of deterrence to send a message unequivocally to the parties responsible for this impunity, that it must not happen again.
But the worry is that it will. After last week's massacre, more than 22,000 civilians took shelter inside the UN's compound in Bentui.